Well, to give background, on the 18th of May, the president decided to allow another 180 days for negotiation. For the moment, it's complicated to negotiate with the European Union because they just had their parliamentary election. They haven't picked a new president of the European Community yet. They haven't picked a new trade commissioner. And so there's really nobody to negotiate with who will be around in the long term. Also, the way the European Commission works, the trade commissioner has to get a mandate from all the countries before he or she is able to have meaningful negotiation. So it's probably going to be sometime in the fall before anything substantive gets going.
Can you understand, you were in the auto industry for a number of years.
Sure.
Can you understand the perspective of, say, a BMW? Just opened a plant in Mexico. Now they were looking at the possibility that there might have been tariffs in Mexico. That's not happening for now. Yet at the same time, they are facing the prospect of getting whacked for any vehicles they import from Europe into the United States. What would you do if you were an executive in the auto industry, a European automaker right now?
Well, I would do what the foreign companies are doing, which is open more plants in the U.S. There's a logic to being close to your big consuming market.
But you can't be everywhere at one time.
You don't need to be. U.S. market is probably the healthiest auto market in the world right now. Chinese market has been crumbling. European market is stumbling as well. In the American market, the big cars are what sell best in the States. And those are the highest profit margin cars. So there's a big logic independently of what actions we're taking on trade for more capital investment by foreign makers in the U.S. We're just accelerating that with the potential tariffs.
Would you like to see European automakers set up engine plants in the U.S.? Because that's one of the biggest components that they're importing from Europe.
Yeah, engines and drivetrains are two big components. The other thing we're very eager to see, and they're starting to do it, is their R&D and production facilities for electric vehicles and ultimately for autonomous vehicles. We'd like them in the U.S. as well.
In addition to what they might be doing, let's say, in Asia or in Europe?
Well, absolutely. Whatever they want to do in Asia or Europe, that's their own business. We're mainly interested in having a better trade balance in our market. And here's why. If you look at our overall trade deficit, there are two components. One is geographic, China. The other is product, autos. So it's essential to solve the China issue and the auto issue if we're going to make real progress with trade.
Last question. Give me your assessment or your outlook in terms of likelihood that we see higher tariffs put on European automobiles or auto parts by the end of the year.
Well, I'm an optimist by nature, and so I think there's a very good chance that we'll work something out with them. We certainly hope so, but if not, the president is totally comfortable going the other direction.
He would put tariffs on European automobiles.
Well, he's indicated that he's giving very serious thought to putting tariffs on cars coming in from anywhere.